100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the program Lagos This Morning. Today being the 2nd of March 2023. We'll be discussing about news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
Hi, I'm Adeni Adiola. Welcome to Lagos This Morning.
All right, let's take a look at the headlines for today. Atiku Obi head to court as Tinubu pledges fairness. Tinubu woos Atiku Obi as parties reject result. Lagos CP meat files, macaroni, others over security concerns. Lagos CP promises more engagement with citizens. Buhari's display of ballot paper after voting is loyalty. That's coming from the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. If anything happens to me, old Koko Zaria responsible. Actress Aduniade raises alarm. You wanted the lesser of three evils, but you got the best, Seun Kuti tells Nigerians. All right, let's go into the details.
Atiku will be head to court as Tinubu pledges fairness. The People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and his Labour Party counterpart Peter Obi said they will seek redress in court. They all spoke Sunday after the declaration of Tinubu as president-elect on the platform of the All Progressive Congress. The PDP described Tinubu's victory as a grave injustice, which will not stand. Senator Dino Melayo, spokesman and Director of Public Affairs of the PDP Presidential Campaign Committee, in a third statement on Wednesday evening, said there will be no going back on the battle to retrieve the mandate, which he called a stolen one. Obi, on the other hand, has said he would contest Tinubu's victory through legal and peaceful means.
Well. Atiku and Obi going to court. I don't think, even if they would actually get justice, I think it will take a long time. Because while Obi was governor, I think it took about 3 years before he could reclaim his mandate as governor. And now if it took him 3 years then to reclaim a mandate as a governor, how many years would it take him as the president to reclaim a presidential mandate? So it's just a normal thing to go to the court, since President Muhammadu Buhari has said that nobody should be on the street protesting. This presidential candidate that have been affected, that claim that the election was not free and fair, that they should go to court with concrete evidence. But we notice that even the Attorney General of the Federation is not seeing anything bad in the election. The INEC as well is saying that the election was peaceful and free and fair.
He said that is the most peaceful election ever. That was what he said. So I think them going to court, like what someone said on the show is like, someone is telling you to go to court. You should know
like a thief is telling you to go to court.
Is telling you to go to court. You should know it is his elder brother
that is the judge. Oh God. So that's just the way they're not ready to even be just at all. We have seen so many scenarios whereby a mandate is being claimed by someone else who didn't even partake in the election at all.
Yeah.
So in that kind of society, what are you telling the young ones? What are you telling those people that are even aspiring to be lawyers tomorrow? You will discourage them, because they'll feel like, even in a layman's understanding, you feel like someone who didn't partake in an election, how did the person got the ticket? Had it been you partake, you were among those people that contested for the election now, you might even say, okay, maybe the person took second, or the first person stole the mandate of this person, then you reclaim it. But you were not even there at all. You were busy vying for the presidential ticket, where someone else was vying for the senatorial ticket, but you later took the ticket. So at times, even if you think about Nigeria's situation and the likes, it might even end up giving you a headache. So it's just better to just sideline it and just go straight with everything you're doing. So I don't think they would get justice in the court.
No, I don't think so.
He has
won.
And considering the caliber of the president-elect
they cannot
that
win
you have.
Exactly. They can't get any justice at all.
So is it just, are we now like advising them to just move on with their
They
life?
can still go on. Probably they will meet a just person as the judge.
Would.
Probably they will meet a just person as the judge. I'm not so sure.
You know, the judge doesn't see anything bad in the election. Someone you want to go and report to, and the person automatically is telling you that this thing is free and fair.
That's like
How do you convince the person?
Probably. That's
Okay.
like probably. Okay, we have a comment here. Miss Push Mom said, "Good morning to us all.
Hey,
I
Push
thank
Mom, it's
God
been a
Almighty
while,
that I am joining today. Yes, miss you a lot.
It's been a while,
It's
Push
been a
Mom,
while.
where have you been?
He said, you guys have kept me out of your program, but it's cool.
No, nah, we didn't do that. Nah, you see that no want to come to us anymore. Where have you been? How is everything, sir?
Hope you are good. Okay, the next one here is Tinubu rules Atiku Obi as parties reject results. The president-elect, Bola Tinubu, has extended an olive branch to his opponent, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, and his Labour Party counterpart, Peter Obi, after the contentious presidential election in which he was declared the winner on Wednesday. Tinubu said political competition must now give way to conciliation and inclusive governance.
Yeah.
Obi, Atiku, and others rejected the declaration of Tinubu as president-elect after accusing the INEC of compromise, insisting that the election should be cancelled and a fresh poll conducted. At the event where the vice president-elect, APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu, and APC governors, among others, he lauded his fellow candidates for the contest and requested them to work with him for the good of the country, noting that they might have been his opponents in the election, but they were never his enemies.
Yeah.
They should work. So imagine, how can you tell someone that you were once like competing with each other to come work with you?
Well, you know it's an election. You guys are opponents, you're opposition, but you are not enemies.
Do you think
by
Obi
any means.
would want to work with Tinubu?
Well, if you invite him
Saying the kind
to
of
work with
Obi,
him,
no, saying the kind of person Obi is, do you think he would want to work with Tinubu?
well, I see Obi as a peaceful man. I don't see him as someone who is so desperate about something. I see him as someone who takes everything with, ease, like just let life take its course or something like that.
Okay.
So if you actually invite him or give him a kind of appointment or contract or something, I believe he will collect it. Even Atiku, because all of them, they are not enemies. They can even be business associates. You notice that most of these politicians, they intermarry, their children, they marry each other. When it comes to marriage, when it comes to business and contract, they don't bring up this politics. Politics is just a game. I think most Nigerians don't see politics as a game. They see it as a do or die affair. They even make enemies with their friends and the likes. They even, insult themselves because of politicians who would sit on round table. They might even want to celebrate now and even invite other people from other parties that come and celebrate with us. A politician that has been, let's look at it from this angle now. Atiku was once in the ACN, was once a presidential candidate of ACN. Tinubu was once ACN as well, then AD. Peter Obi was once PDP. It was once ABGA. So you notice that politicians change parties. The party is just like a platform, but the platform is different from the personality. So I think, to some extent, when you are vying for a position, regardless of the level of the political position, either president, governor, even SCG president in schools, it is when you are vying for that thing that you feel like this person is my opponent. But when either the person wins or you win, you now reconcile back with the person. Even you can even give the person a contract, give the person business or anything. It doesn't mean that you are enemies. You were never enemies. You were never enemies at all.
Okay. Mr. Ademola Atonda said, good day guys, blessed day to us, blessed day to every one of us. Mr. Paul Uba said, the election is conducted, but let the INEC office use the result that comes out from the beavers.
Exactly. Even right now that we are speaking, we still don't have all the results in the IRF. So I think people are just, even me, myself, I feel like INEC compromised.
Yeah.
Because there were fears, there were rumors. People were really talking about the IRF and beavers then, that they were asking the INEC chairman that would these beavers really work? Will you use it? There is rumors outside there that by the time the presidential election comes in, you will not use these beavers. And he reassured Nigerians that they will be seeing the result in real time. During the Osun State election, as at 9 p.m. in the night, there were over 90% of the results online.
Yeah.
But right now, they've declared the president-elect, and we still don't know. We haven't seen all the results online yet. So it's just as if the INEC did the normal manual election.
Yeah.
It is nothing electronic at all. It is nothing electronic. There is nothing too new about it.
It tricked us, kind of.
Exactly. I think he actually used that statement or the beavers
To make
people
people
come out to vote.
Exactly, that was what he did.
And I saw a video where someone actually broke his PVC. Like he would never vote.
Have you seen this speech that the president-elect, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, gave? He said he knows that most Nigerians didn't vote for him. He said it. It was one that said. He said he knows that most Nigerians didn't vote for him, but then they should let the will.
The will of God or the will of INEC.
Oh my God, I think we are like, these people are clowns. They are just trying to entertain us, I guess. Because how can the president-elect come out to say that he knows that most Nigerians didn't vote for him? So he knows that there was kind of rigging or something like that.
Indirectly, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
So when you come out to say that, you know that most people didn't vote
exactly.
for you. That means it was lesser people that voted for you. But in one way or the other, you know, they say miracle no dey tire Jesus.
Miracle no dey tire Jesus.
Miracle came into the picture, then everything worked in his way. But I'll just beseech the other candidates. I think justice in Nigeria is just, you know, something else. It's just like an illusion or like an imagination. Because so far so good, the court have not really been. They've really been doing something like a selective justice. It's either they are using the court to fight against someone, or the person is using it to defend himself.
Yeah, I think they have been. I don't know what they call this kind of justice though. They have been doing this kind of thing that will favor their own people.
It's selective justice.
Not the masses.
So when it's not favoring them, forget it. You can't get justice from the court. They should just move on with their life.
All right, the
That's
next.
instead of wasting money.
All right, the next one we have a Lagos CP mates files macaroni orders over security concerns. Lagos State Commissioner of Police Idowu Owonwa hosted rapper Folarin Falana, known as Fowls, and comedian Debo Adebayo, professionally called Mr. Macaroni, and some critical stakeholders on Wednesday. The commissioner, in a statement by the Public Relations Officer, PRO, SP Benjamin Odein, said the meeting was convened to address security concerns within the state. The commissioner, who reminded influential people of their important role in setting an example by speaking out against any form of aggression or violence, also charged the stakeholders to preach tolerance, peace, and the rule of law to their followers. He added that the command will not hesitate to protect law-abiding citizens and deal with troublemakers in accordance with the law.
Well, I think that word, the deal with troublemakers, is like a threat to Fowls and Mr. Macaroni. And coming from the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, a Commissioner of Police in quotes, I think that statement there is totally unacceptable.
Do you think Fowls and Mr. Macaroni are moved by that?
Well, I don't think they are moved by that.
If they want to stage any protest, now they will stage it.
I'm not sure they will be able to stage.
No, I'm just saying, like, despite what this, what the PRO is saying.
I think is trying to make sure there is peace before the governorship election. That is what he's doing. But I'm looking at this. The same person that you humiliated
exactly
during NSAS protest, you are now calling the person to the table to even threaten him that he should not do anything again. I think our police officers should be proactive. Make peace with people. Don't threaten them. When you are threatening people, you would receive more backlash. That is just it. There are video evidences. There are pictures during the NSAS, during the second NSAS. I think the first NSAS anniversary where they went to the toll gate. Mr. Macaroni was apprehended. If you see the way they bundled him into one bus,
exactly.
They even said someone should lap him or something like that. They even nearly stripped him. They took his clothes off. He was just putting on one kind of shirt or something. They humiliated him, and now you are calling him to round table. I even give him kudos for honoring their invitation. I give him kudos for honoring their invitation. If it were to be me, I wouldn't honor that invitation. Because if you humiliated me, you showed it to the world that I'm just nothing. Then you're now bringing me to a reconciliation table that, okay, let's talk about this thing. And you're now still threatening me. It is nonsense. Even when you look at the police officers, an average police officer out there, nobody respects them. Because even the people fear them more than respect them. And this thing is just like give and take. When you make the people feel human, they will just give you the same energy like that. Okay, imagine someone like, Mr. Macaroni, even looking beyond Mr. Macaroni, this just concluded election. People were stealing ballot box. Police officers were standing.
They were watching.
How do you expect the citizens to trust you like that?
Benjamin said, as the PRA said, they shouldn't have expected the police officers to apprehend those thugs because they can't.
They can't do what?
They can't handle them.
They can't handle them.
That was what he said. He's on Twitter that they can't handle them. That it is only the military men that can handle. So why are there police officers there? They should have taken them away from that scenario or something.
In fact,
like
they should just grab them totally.
Exactly.
You shouldn't see them on the street anymore. They should just get away. Because why would you open your mouth as a police PRO to say that kind of thing? That it is not the duty of the police officers and you don't expect them to protect you during election. Then see, that's why I say at times when you look at Nigeria's problem, you get into a kind of emotional state.
Exactly.
So it's just better to overlook all those things and not even check the news. Just entertain yourself and just do your business and move on. Okay. Because everything that all these police officers are coming out to say, you are creating more tension. Bring these people, if you want people to obey you, bring them closer to you. Let them feel that human love in them. Even if someone, okay, let's say during the second EndSARS protest, because before you protest, I think you need to write a report to the police officers. When you get to them, don't challenge the people like, you can't protest. No. The normal tactic to use in a sane society, call these people, put them in a particular space, talk them out of the protest. You should be able to persuade them. As a police officer, if you don't know how to persuade, well, then what are you doing? They should come and go and join the military and be killing Boko Haram. No, now let's be truthful with ourselves here. You should be able to talk people out of situation. You should be able to manage crisis. Crisis management. It should be a critical course for every police officer. It is not every time you pull your trigger or you threaten people that if you protest, we will kill you, we will shoot you. They
are always so fast to pull that trigger.
To always do this show of force. Now look at what he said there. That we won't hesitate to deal with any troublemaker. What are you trying to say?
So basically, anyone protesting now is a troublemaker.
See, anybody who doesn't feel like someone like me who is saying that INEC has compromised Nigerians, so automatically I'm a troublemaker.
Exactly.
So I think the police officers should just, if there can be a particular cause for them, every police officer should have a degree in crisis management, be able to talk people out of situations. Not every time you will be showing force, threatening people. No, it's very, very wrong. Okay. Even I think there shouldn't, even if anybody says they want to come outside and protest now, call them in a particular place. Be able to speak into their head and talk them out. Even by the time they leave there, they'll even feel like, maybe this protest is not even necessary. They will all walk home.
Exactly.
You don't need to now start bringing all this show of force, tear gas canisters, bringing all your vehicles outside on the road.
That's when you know that we have new vehicles.
Exactly. Nobody would respect you by show of force. Nobody will respect them.
Okay, we have some comments here. Mr. Super Health Advice said, hey, first of all, Nigerian INEC chairman should apologize to Nigerians for failure to deliver as promised. INEC technical department staff should be fired. Fresh election conducted. Bushman said, for me, going to court is not necessary without the beavers. But if there wasn't any updates in it, they should rerun the election. But if otherwise, they should let go. It's not their fault, but ours.
Yeah.
Mr. Atiku said, Nigerian people did not vote in, but INEC selected him. It's not about tribe, but Nigeria as a whole. Mr. Star Daniel said, good morning, hope you are fine. We are fine, Mr. Star. Pushman said, if the court should rule in anyone's favor, we Nigerians should call for the INEC chairman to resign and immediately be jailed for the crimes he has committed against we Nigerians. Stadanen said, people should resort to civil disobedience. I saw a comment here. I can't find the comments again. Okay, point of correction. He isn't our president. INEC elected him.
Exactly. He said it that majority of people did not vote for him. He said it openly.
Yeah, he said it openly.
And I also think saying that the INEC chairman should be jailed. Who will jail the INEC chairman? When he's in favor of the ruling class, nobody will be able to jail him. He will just go scot-free. And I think with the way this thing is going, you see, after being pronounced as the president-elect, I think if nothing is done by May 29, he will be pronounced as the president officially. Then everybody will just move on. Because I know one thing about Nigerians, we know how to adapt to situations.
Exactly.
We'll just feel like, oh, God will help us, Jerry. God will fight for us. Finish.
On Twitter, someone on a lighter note, someone said that the witches and wizards of our country has failed us. I don't know. What were they supposed to do? I think they also came out to vote. So you can't expect them to be... what do you want them to do? As the witches and wizards?
I think they actually failed us.
How?
You know why? You know why I said they failed us? They should have used their spiritual prowess to save Nigeria from this mess now.
Please?
No, now they should have at least helped the masses.
Even they too were shocked. Like, what kind of rigging is this? But then it's all good.
And our Yahoo boys as well. They failed us.
They failed though. You could have...
You don't need to be posting gift card everywhere. Ordinary to act system and make everything just come back to normal. They can't do it. That's on the lighter notes though.
Okay. Lagos CP promises more engagement with citizens. Lagos State Commissioner of Police Idowu Owonwa yesterday promised to institutionalize police citizens town hall to enhance engagement with officers. He said the launch was to demonstrate the importance he attached to citizens' engagement in policing. He spoke at a stakeholders meeting at the Police Officers' Wives Association to review security concerns and collaboration towards addressing them. The meeting was attended by human rights lawyer Femi Falana, Adebowale Adedayo, known as Mr. Macaroni, Folarin Falana, popularly known as Fowls, Eze Indigbo of Alimosho, Igwe Lawrence, Yinka Oguntimeyin, who represented Are Ono Kankafo of Yoruba Land, Gani Adams, among others. I think the reason why Fowls was there was because of his father.
I don't think so.
No, I actually think it's because of his father. Because the Fowls I know probably is trying to, out of respect. Out of respect for his father. Because Fowls and Mr. Macaroni that I know very well, they will not attend that meeting.
Okay. Well, that's a good point. But I also think, Fowls, Femi Falana is a human rights activist.
Yeah.
And Fowls and Macaroni, they are a kind of, what would I call it, activists on their own.
Yeah.
They do this activism for the people, for people's right and the likes. But Fowls and Macaroni, they are this kind of symbol of the EndSARS protest or something. When you look at them, you see kind of EndSARS protest and the likes. So, talking about the headline where they said they would improve their relationship with the people. See, you don't do something by talking.
Exactly.
Your
actions
speaks more than your words.
Let there be actions.
If anyone should go to the police station now, okay, you want to make a report or something, they will ask you to pay.
You pay, yeah.
You will see it there, boldly written, bail is free.
But you pay for bail.
But everyone knows it is not free.
It is not free.
So no matter how you talk and talk,
you will see police is your friend, but they are not our friends, which is the truth.
If they were our friend for real, they would have really stopped those people from taking those ballot boxes away. So, but now you didn't. When you were not with us during crisis, don't expect to come to us after the crisis and say you are building relationship.
What relationship?
Nobody builds relationship with mouth. They build relationship with action. If you don't make us feel like you feel safe with your presence, then when you're gone, you are even useless. So I think they should do more of. Don't even talk. Don't talk. When someone comes to you, be active. Make sure you are able to do what you swore an oath to do, to protect the life and safety of the citizens of Nigeria who are actually being, all this money they are using to pay your salaries is from the taxpayers' money. Even aside the taxpayers' money, all the resources of Nigeria belongs to Nigerians, not some set of people. And your salary is being paid from all this money. So the same person that is or taxpayers' money is being used to pay your money, you are now not protecting the vote of that person. How do you expect us to trust you anymore? You don't even trust any police officer anymore.
I don't trust any police officer.
You don't trust any of them. You don't even feel safe when they are coming. You feel like,
I don't feel safe.
They will start checking my phone now. They will call me Yahoo boy or Yahoo girl or something.
Though they have never stopped me before, but then I've had relatives that they stopped.
They've stopped me before.
So
in Abeokuta there. They even led me to the ATM. They led me to the ATM. See, I was not with my ATM card. They drove me home. I felt bad that day.
They drove it to your house?
To my house to pick up my ATM card.
Well, you could have told me that you don't have any ATM card, like you've not collected from the bank.
They saw my phone, then they saw my account balance. They saw about, I think, 120k in my account balance then. They collected 60k from me for a crime I didn't commit. They withdrew 20k 3 times from the ATM machine. It was February 2017.
You even remember the day?
I won't remember. I got home, I was just crying like a baby. I felt would I say raped?
Cheated.
Felt very cheated, very, very, very bad that day. So I'm also a victim as well. So you don't expect me to like someone that has victimized me.
Okay.
Even beyond that, you know, shit happens, then life goes on. But subsequently, in recent times, we've not seen the police really standing up for the people's rights or to be in favor of the people. They dance to the tune of their paymasters more than the people they swore to protect. So that's just it.
We have a lot of comments here. Mr. Adegunwani said there won't be any rerun. Snowworld said the truth is that we are not united in this country, but the evil ones are dealing with us anyhow they like. Kenny Ondo said, nice one. I remain obedient and useful. Obi remain my president. Anyone that wants to be president must come with clean hand. Prince MX said, good morning to you. Good morning, Mr. Prince. Reverend Webb said, please, what are the tools of manipulation? Can you enlighten the audience about that a little?
Okay.
Pushbomb said, we Nigerians should go to court, not these destiny killers, but we should approach court by ourselves. I don't think anything good can come out of them. Snowworld said, I am an Igbo guy, and one thing for sure is that Tinubu will do well and better than Buhari, but that one is the one who will and can stop the evil dealing of these mad politicians. Stardanen said, we will intensify our agitation for separation from Nigeria, as we cannot carry on following people who are so dishonest and not ready to bring progress to Nigeria. Miss Cynthia said, here comes the rigging. George said, let's wait but don't be surprised that court validates Nze Tinubu president-elect as duly elected president. Cynthia said, President Atiku at the UN for a good speech representative of Nigerian. Ophili said, whatever the hell happened, Obi won graciously as he came to Lagos with a night bus from Onisha to defeat the emperor of Lagos in his domain, that they had to resort to shameful regimization to win. Pushbomb said, Snowworld, if he will do well, then he needs to go to court and allow him to try his best. Okay. Udeze said, INEC, Nigeria is a criminal gang headed by Yakubu.
By Yakubu. I think before it was Emefiele. We were screaming Emefiele before the election. Now, we've shifted our focus from Emefiele now to Mahmoud Yakubu.
Wait though. Pushbomb said, for the police, I pray that one day they will meet their match. And I might be one because life is one. Yeah. Okay. So what he's trying to say is like, probably one day they will meet him and he'll meet their match.
Are you a military officer? Meet their match, okay? I don't understand.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Buhari's display of ballot paper after voting is loyalty. Tinubu. The president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said President Muhammadu Buhari showed he was committed, loyal to the All Progressive Congress, APC, when he displayed his ballot papers after casting his vote in the presidential election held nationwide on February 25. Tinubu also said a true Democrat will accept the outcome of an election even if it is not in their favor. He said it's an apparent response to reaction. Atiku Abubakar, presidential candidates of the PDP, and Peter Obi of Labour Party. The diverse parties called for a cancellation of the election while collation was underway. They alleged that the process had been manipulated as a result of the non-use of the beavers.
Yeah. Well, as what I've been saying before, you see, Nigeria is just a lawless country. For real. Because looking at the Electoral Act, it is there. That is why we are, during our elections, we use a system that is a little bit of open secret ballot. Why I call it open secret ballot is because the cubicle is a secret ballot, but the cubicle is in the open. That is open secret ballot system that we're using. So you are meant to use the cubicle in order not to expose who you have voted for to other people. So how can a president of Nigeria now, reveal his choice of candidates to everybody? I think he has violated that Electoral Act. And as the president of Nigeria, you showing it to the people is just, you just intentionally broke the law. So they are making the law, and you yourself, you are still breaking the law. What are you now telling the people out there? That once you get to a particular position and you know someone who knows someone, you can break the law and go scot-free with it. It's just like an act of impunity. On the APC side, it is loyalty. Like you have really showed the world who you voted for. I think there's just trust issues there. Because you don't expect the president who is in your party to vote against you. And there's no election that they've done in Nigeria that someone wins with one vote. It's not possible. They win with hundreds of thousands of votes. So you don't win the election. It's not even possible. Presidential election, one vote for where it's not possible. So on one hand, it is loyalty to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and to APC, but on the other hand, you are just breaking the law. And as the president, you should be the first person to even obey the law and make people follow, because they say leadership is followership. When the leader is doing things that is doing some act of impunity, showing act of impunity whereby you do anything and you go scot-free with it. You can just break the law and nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Even if you should go to the courts,
nothing would happen. So the followers too will feel like if the president can break the law,
we can also do
we can do the same as well. And that's why they said, you are not allowed to take your phones into the cubicle, so you won't be able to snap. But now the president didn't even snap. He showed it to the world. So it is totally wrong. It is totally wrong in all sense of it. And I think they said a fine of either 500,000 or 6 months in jail. Has he paid the money?
No, he should not pay. He should go to jail.
No.
You can't even go to jail. You can't even pay the fine. That's just it.
Nigeria is just,
okay,
a lawless country, to be fact.
People are really dropping comments. Mr. Goodness said, when a thief asks you to go to court, know that a senior brother is the chief judge.
He's the chief judge. Can't win that case.
This is what said. Someone cannot really be a military man to deal with a policeman. I don't know about that one.
In Nigeria.
I don't know about that one, no. Okay, Mr. Ahmad said, it is better for them to take this as a divine from God, not going to court. This is APC man. Goodness said, I don't know why they are afraid of the Igbos. Snowwater said, people should stop complaining and do the needful. For instance, what Ghana did to redeem their country.
It's weird to do that to put that kind of Ghana stuff in Nigeria, because they even have trust issues. They go everywhere with security and stuff like that.
Cynthia said, is separation not the best way to go now? Well, Pushmom, both Buhari and Orji Uzokali should face the law for what they did. I don't know why some people we employ will be the ones to control us. I pray that Nigeria will stand up for our responsibility. Star Daniel said Tinubu should be ashamed of himself for collecting what does not belong to him. Snowworld, how can a sitting president be loyal to Tinubu, or is it that there is something Tinubu know about him or about them that they don't want Tinubu to say?
Well, that's how politics is.
G. Obazu said this is really unfair.
Well, yeah, it's really unfair. It's really unfair. And there's no way, politics in Nigeria is just transactional. Whereby I help you to assume this position by doing this rigging, then you pay back to me. So it's just something else. Nigeria is just, it has shown. It's not me saying that it's lawless. It does not mean that it's not an allegation. It has shown. There are so many evidence. I can prove it anywhere. And also, what was I saying before? On the police officer, dealing with police officer or something. In Nigeria.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
No matter who you are.
You just die.
Even if you are a governor. Because the police is being controlled by the IG. Exactly. Not even the state governor as well. So I think the police officers should just, even beyond police officers, all security agents, they should, because at the end of the day, they are also human like us. They have families, they have wives, children, they have relatives as well. So what you're doing to the masses, if they carry out that kind of thing to your family member, how will you feel?
As a police officer? How
would you feel? That's why I always say something. I've said something before that they should scrap this system of this barrack system. They should scrap it. You know why? So after you've gone out there to perpetrate your evil acts, you will come home to the people. You are not going to any barrack. You would return home. Then if you know that you're going you are going back to the people, I think that most police officers out there would stop the kind of evil act they do. Even if they don't stop it completely, they would reduce it. But now you know that even if I do this thing, I'll go scot-free because I'll run back to the barracks and nobody would know. Even before I go back home, they would have forgotten. And the agitations and the anger would have evaporated. But when you know that, let's imagine someone like Dram Bivandi who shot this woman on the 25th. Now imagine there is no barrack and he's going back home to meet his families. They will go back home and meet his Waterloo now, but they know that nobody would punish them if they do anything. And even saying that the president and INEC chairman should be jailed or something, which law would really prosecute them when they are the law themselves? It is glaring that INEC compromised Nigerians. They didn't fulfill their promise. They even disobeyed the Electoral Act completely. And if someone can do that and the AGF is not seeing anything bad in that, how do you now want to win against the AGF?
Exactly.
Against the chief judge of Nigeria that will be there, that is part of the system. I think they should just forget about it. And what I would even advise is that for the Labour Party now, Labour Party has won.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't win the presidency, but they have they really stamped their feet in Nigeria's political space. And the forthcoming elections now, I think the Labour Party would even be feared more than PDP, because now it's as if PDP has been relegated. Labour Party, that the ruling class claim that they don't have structure, pulled 6.1 million votes, won 12 states. And even according to reports that I have with me, the figures were being reduced. See, they suppressed the figures for them. That's why they have 6.1 million only. Now, for PDP that claim that they have all the structure in the whole world, they only used about 800,000 votes to gap Labour Party. So now, for the forthcoming elections, from now henceforth, I think if they try to prepare, and the system we have in Nigeria now is not a system of openness. It's not a system. It's not a system of integrity. It's a kind of system whereby they need to study the system. Even if you have the best of the best in what's it called, interest at arts for the people, if that kind of way wouldn't allow you to win, just win anyway. Win, learn how to win ugly. Because even if I put it into football matches, no matter how good you know how to play, if you don't know how to win ugly, at times you will lose out. And those who know how to win in an ugly manner, they would win and laugh at you. They win and start laughing at you. So everyone should just learn how to play the Nigerian politics. The politics of US is different. The one in Italy is different. The one in France is different. It might be politics of, debates, ideas and stuff. But in Nigeria here, we have realized that it is not the amount of debate you go to or something else. Once you know how to play by the rules according to the place, you would win. So in the next 4 years, I believe if someone like Peter Obi comes back in the next 4 years to vie for that position, he would have more votes. And now there should be more alignment from other political parties, from other states as well. There should be groundwork from henceforth. There should be groundwork in preparation for the next election. Because you notice that Tinubu has been preparing for this election for so many years. Some people can achieve some things in 10, 20 years, and some if you put in effort, like intense effort, you can achieve your own in 5 years time.
Yeah.
So from now, I believe that the Labour Party shouldn't see this thing as a loss. Because now I think they have about, in the House of Senate also, I think they have 7. They have 7 in the House of Senate. They have people in the House of Reps now. So now it is not as if they don't have structure anymore. They now have structure on ground. They should build on that structure. So by the forthcoming election, they can even replace PDP. It will not be APC and Labour Party.
Okay.
Because to push APC out of the picture, it will be very hard, to take time. But PDP is weak, so they can just give them the last blow to make them rest in peace finally and totally.
Yeah, okay. If anything happens to me, old Coco Zaria responsible, actress Adoni Ade raises alarm. Actress Adoni Ade has said that popular road transport worker and aide to MC Oluomo, Coco Zaria, should be held responsible if anything should happen to her. In a video shared on her Instagram page, Adoni played a video showing Coco Zaria saying that she should not meet him outside, otherwise it will teach her some sense. And then they will both go to the police station. Chai. The whole thing started when Adoni berated some public figures for allegedly collecting money to campaign for a particular presidential candidate. Some actresses came out to slam her for disrespecting their decision. Coco Zaria, who was also campaigning for the same candidate, was filmed berating Adoni Ade and Kemi Afolabi for their comments attacking the entertainers who allegedly collected money to support a candidate. And the candidate is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's nothing like a candidate. The candidate is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes.
Well, I think we have the video. Let's take a look at the video.
I wanted it to I want to make it public and make it known.
Do you have the video?
That if anything happens to me,
loud it.
If anything at all, even if it's as little as a fly, patches of my skin, please hold Coco Zaria accountable for it. Because of the post that I made, he went online to to make some accusations as well, and also to make a threat to my life. So let me play for you all. I would add the link down in the caption when I post this up online or on my page.
All right. So you've seen the video where Aduniade said that she was being threatened by Koko Zaria. These same police officers that are saying that they want to bridge the gap between themselves and citizens now. Wait first. What is the right thing for them to do in this situation? Call Koko Zaria. Call him to your office.
Call him.
Wait first.
Or he should be arrested.
Wait first. It's not. This is just an allegation.
It's not an allegation. There's a video showing.
Don't let us emotionalize it.
I'm not okay.
Just call him for questioning. Call this lady as well. Let two of them sit. Then the police officers will be there. This person, you have threatened this lady. If you now accept it, then apologize to her. It should be settled there amicably. It is not everything you actually put too much strength into, put show of force in it. Call this guy, call the lady as well. Why did you threaten this lady? You two that said they collected money, do you have the evidence that they collected money? Because if you don't have evidence and you just say anything, anybody can reply you anyhow. If you have the evidence that this particular person collected money to campaign, then you'll be able to defend what you have said. Then it too as well, did you really attack her personality? Did you threaten to deal with her? If you said yes, I say, okay, why? Why would you do that? Are you feeding her? Is she your slave or something? Then two of them will just make peace with themselves there. Then they'll go peacefully to their house and they'll say, next time you don't do this. You should just be like that. It's not everything you arrest or show of force. No. They should be civil first. They are not military personnel. You are just like normal person. It's just the difference is just that you have a uniform with you.
I've actually been following this story because it was this lady, these two actresses that came out to insult her. That's Aminatu and one Badia or whatever she calls herself. Okay. They actually insulted her. They said all sorts of things to her. Yes, to Aduni Ade because she didn't support their candidates. Okay. And she didn't say someone collected money. They didn't get her words right because I've been following the story. She said just because of what you're collecting from a particular candidate, you are trying to put the lives of more than 200 million Nigerians at stake. She didn't mention a particular amount that they collected money or something like that.
But she said they were collecting something or expecting something from the person.
That's what she said. And now, you see why most people don't want to support Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Okay. Because of this. Because
of the violent nature.
Of some of his supporters, which is, for example, this Koko Zaria, for example, is the transport workers. Let's say Agbero. Which is the truth. Now he's threatening a citizen like him just because she said something. And he said if he should meet her outside, he will teach her some things or something like that. And then they will now go to the police after. So imagine, so he's trying to say like, okay, smart silhouette, when I'm done beating you, when I'm done dealing with you, we will now go to the police station. What's that?
Well, as I've said earlier, the police should just call both of them together, call them in for questioning. Then know what to do next and make sure they quell all they just die all the matter there, because there can be consequences to what you say and what you do or stuff like that. And every threat should not be taken lightly
at all.
Every threat shouldn't be taken lightly. So the police have their work to do here. If truly they want to bridge the gap between the citizens that they swore to protect and their own image by themselves, this is a bright opportunity to do it. She's
not even like a full Nigerian like that. Let me say she's not even a Nigerian.
I don't think she's a Nigerian.
She's not even a Nigerian. So she says she has informed the US consulate. So just the play. You think it's Yabo.
But beyond that, I think this election season, some people are really taking this thing too emotional. Like they have been so many relationships. Let's be factual here. You shouldn't even come out to say and some people have collected money to support someone or you're expecting anything. Support your candidate. Let the other person support his or her candidate. Me, I had the candidate in mind that I was supporting, but you won't easily know because I will never show you or really emotionalize it. Even if you are saying, okay, you're supporting Atiku, oh wow, Atiku, okay, no, Atiku will be fine. If you are supporting Tinubu, okay, Tinubu is a master tactician, he's a politician. Peter will be, oh wow, he will do well to Nigeria. Even if you are supporting Showore, it's fine by me. If you are supporting Kwankwaso, you won't know with the way I will talk to you. So everybody should just keep their own supporter in mind. At times, you know, I would always say this thing: an average Nigerian is more tribal than Nigerian. You feel more of Yoruba than Nigerian. An average Igbo man feels more Igbo than Nigerian. An average Hausa man feels more Hausa than Nigerian. So let's say talking to an Igbo guy. Okay, let's say I'm talking to an Hausa guy now. And I don't know the person he's supporting. Let's say he's supporting Kwakwanso for president or Atiku for president. And I'm talking about my own personal candidate. Maybe let's say I'm talking about Peter Obi. So along the line, instead of me to sell Peter Obi to him, I'm now attacking the other person from the north. Automatically, even if he wants to support my candidate, he will support anybody that I wish to support. He would feel this sense of you are attacking my person. He would feel it. It is normal because there's nobody on the surface of this earth that is not tribal. Only if we want to lie to ourselves. This election is a tribal election. This tribal, we all know it. We will just try to, you know, brandish it in the kind of way that would feel like, okay, it should not be along tribal lines and the like, but you will notice it. It is tribal. It's tribal election. Now, for this governorship election, you know, there are kind of propaganda out there that, okay, this person, Gbadebo Roots Rival, is from Igbo land. They can't allow him to come and rule here and stuff like that. Yoruba vote for a person. You see, even if anybody says that this election is not about tribe, I would tell the person, it's either you are deceiving yourself or you don't know what you're talking about, or you are part of those people that are trying to, you know, what's it called, to sell propaganda for the people.
Okay.
So that's just it. You should just have your candidate in mind. Sell your candidate. Everyone has a reason why they are supporting their candidate, and it's because of personal interest. Why are you supporting Tinubu? Because in your personal interest, you believe that he has done so well in Lagos, he will replicate same in Nigeria, even with the fact that there are, you know, health challenges, a little bit of health challenges there with him. Some people are supporting him, feels like he has the people that he can use around him. If you can use them to build Lagos and also to have, you know, stakes in other southwestern states, he will use it to build Nigeria. And people who are supporting Atiku too feel like Atiku is the most experienced among three of them because he has been the number 2 citizen in Nigeria. Yeah. He has gone close to the seat of power. Tinubu and Kwakwanso and Peter Obi, they have just been governors. Some people say they have the experience, but no. If you have not been a president before, you don't have that experience at all. That's just it. You might have experience of leadership, but you don't have that of the president. And also Kwakwanso and the likes, anybody who is supporting them are more tribal than Nigerian. So learn to control your tongue. Don't emotionalize politics. Now politics is gone now. I said this last past few weeks. Now we have gone back to being Nigerians. We have left PDP, APC and Labour Party behind. And there is nothing that a particular supporter can do. If your candidate is not taking steps, if you go out there and protest, they will arrest you. And you will have yourself to blame. How many people will the candidate be going to each state to go to every police station to check if protester is there? No, you'll be the one to bear the brunt. And police officers out there, they want to eat. Once they arrest you, they can tell you go and bring 50,000 naira to pay yourself. So where will you see the money?
Okay.
So that's just it. Everyone should not emotionalize it. Even if you are collecting money from a particular candidate to campaign for them, it is your business, it's your lot. You can carry it. But I would always say this thing. Everyone shouldn't. Someone who would have supported APC now or Ashwaji Bola should not feel like this is a win for them until your candidate performs well. That is when we can clap for you.
Exactly.
Like, oh, really, you have voted well.
Exactly.
Because in 2015, we all, you know, I was even among them. Okay, Buhari, Jonathan is this, is that. The media painted him like a very bad person and glorified Buhari. But along the line, from top to bottom, that's where everything ended. And everybody all felt like, okay, Buhari was painted as a savior, but later he didn't really save Nigeria. Even reverse was the case. So until your candidate starts performing and we start seeing changes, you can't really say you have won.
Okay, on the last one, you wanted the lesser of 3 evils, but you got the best. Sheon Kuti tells Nigerians. Sheon Kuti has taken to social media to address Nigerians after INEC announced Bola Tinubu as winner of the 2020 presidential election. He wrote, "You wanted the lesser of 3 evils, but you got the best. May the best lie win. Let's know those ready for the work. It starts today." He also told Nigerians that celebrities are only using their support and resources to become citizens of other countries, so their children would not have to exist with the children of other Nigerians. That's true.
Well, that's very, very truthful. That's truthful. From Sheung Kuti. Now, majority of people were choosing the lesser evil. Like among three of them, you know, Atiku, Tinubu, and Peter Obi. Like, okay, Nigerians felt like they are all the same candidates. Peter Obi said that there's no difference between three of them. They are all politicians. We can't really trust them 100% because politicians would always be politicians. But the one we saw as a lesser evil was Peter Obi. But now, the one that majority of the people were seeing as the higher evil has emerged as the president. What do you have to do?
Oh my God.
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing anybody can do about it. At least in this Nigerian setting, I think it will just, you know, continue. Everybody will move on with his life.
That's true.
Everybody will move on.
Well, let's adapt.
Yeah.
We adapt. Mr. Chris and Sitian also said, thank you for reading out this comment. You're welcome. Richard said, I wonder why they call it INEC when it is not independent. Another political party raised a concern about its party logo not on the voter's slip. Frank Modi says, it pays. Don't think too much about Nigeria. Make your own money. Just get paid.
Make your money. Leave Nigeria alone.
Cynthia said, I saw children voting all the forbidden things were seen. Snowworld said, the problem is that these Hausa are making it look as if the Igbos are not part of this country. And after that, they will say one Nigeria. Adegunwa said, Obi didn't build the right bridges on time. Okay. Ojo Daniel said, forget about, I don't know what he's saying. Mr. Paul said, you reap what you sow. Snowworld said, only Lagos gave Obi 98,000 votes. It's more than okay. He said 986,000 votes. Udeze Chima said their name is not INEC but DINEC, meaning Dependent National Electoral Commission. Alt-Radon Comedy said, we the Obi masses are not afraid of the court. Okay, we are the government, we love Obi, and we want Obi as the president of Nigeria. G. Obazo said, let them go to court. Snowworld, he said at Udeze Chima, you are right. Elochukwu said, well, my brother, if all the old fact is being presented to the court, let's see how they will disappoint Nigeria as well. Forget about whether it's a Yoruba man or Hausa or Igbo that is the chief judge. Cynthia said, I beg, we all must be educated for Agbero. Very, very hard. Elochukwu said, what I know is that there will be new Nigeria. Janet said, Peter Obi should not give up. He should remember how we all suffered to vote that day and bring justice for us. Osfredom said, nothing good come easily. We need Obi. Star Daniel said, we should think of the implications of having another APC president. I tell you, Naira value will depreciate further. That is, it is going to be 1,000 Naira per euro soon.
1,000 Naira. No.
Stop it.
You shouldn't get that. You shouldn't go so low like that.
Elochukwu said Labour Party won the Nigerian presidential election with margin. APC comes third, PDP comes second. Wow. And Natasha said, my prayer is that God Almighty give us the right one. Voice Community said, APC government are not admitting election violence by thugs. INEC officials turning up late, deliberate malfunctions of Beavers machines. Votes at polling units differ from INEC collection center figures, etc. G. Obazo said, even you hosting the live chat knows that Tinubu is not the winner.
He himself has said it that majority of Nigerians didn't vote for him.
So he himself knows that he did not win the election. So, okay. Sophia said, we accept these results and save lives and properties of our great country. As Random said, it cannot happen in Europe. George said, elections are never won on ballot day, but from campaign mobilization and registration of voters, and lastly, turn out the most aspects of it. Remember, securing our votes is now the crucial part of it. Adegunwa said, if you contest and Obi wins, things go soft for on our body. Adegunwa said, someone is winning Lagos State by all means. By all means.
By all means. Well, I see the Lagos State election as a different ballgame entirely. I think some of those people who voted Peter Obi for this presidential election in Lagos State, I think they will be voting Sanwo-Olu back. I think they will. I don't think they will vote Sanwo-Olu out.
But they will vote massively for Labour Party.
I think I think I would like to say that I think the Yorubas who voted for Peter Obi in Lagos State for the presidential election, I think they'll be voting for Sanwo-Olu now.
Okay.
I think so, because what I'm seeing, the kind of things I'm hearing from people outside now, they didn't really see anything wrong in what Sanwo-Olu have done, because a particular person that I spoke with said Sanwo-Olu didn't really offend Lagosians, because many people see Sanwo-Olu as someone who is just under Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Like, if he's been allowed to really take over, like do what he pleases to do, like what he likes, like he's not subjected to someone else,
that's true.
like would really have done more. The person was
true.
now like, we can't really, do a kind of payback on him like that. So I think it will be divided. You won't really see, even some people now don't even want to vote anymore. The turnout you saw during the presidential election would diminish so bad for this governorship election. Someone have actually broken his PVC. He said he would never vote again. Some persons have these PVCs even before this election, but they have never voted before because they don't trust the system. And the beavers that could not upload real-time results on presidential election, is it that same beavers and IRF that will upload it during this governorship election? They will not upload it.
Okay.
And even if they now come out to reassure, they can't even come to the people and reassure
Or reassurance.
the people that are angry already. That even by now that you've declared the president-elect, we have still not seen 100% of the result. Are you now going to, if you can't keep your promise for the presidential election, what is the probability that you will keep it for the governorship election?
Chai.
And presidential election, even if you don't win in your state or your zone, you can win in another place. Just like Tinubu didn't win Lagos State, he won in majority in some of the northern states as well. Now, governorship election is like a do or die affair. If you don't win in your state, you are gone. You are out of the game. And then police officers actually, stood there and they were watching ballot snatchers. Are they now the same people that would defend people's votes now? So I think the governorship election is just out of the game. People won't really turn up.
Mr. Christopher said, let us be stronger than ever and come out with full support and vote LP governors all over Nigeria and push these old politicians. Ramsey said, Nigeria is a country of lawlessness. A candidate has to rig to be a president and you're expecting things to go well? Tachi, how did APC win in Bayelsa if it is tribal? Snowworld said, the truth is that you can support anyone you want, but coming out to threaten people that if they don't want to vote APC, it is ultimately means applying force while knowing you are not a policeman.
It's not okay.
Mr. Ophili sent us a token. Thank you so much. He said we are doing a great job. Thank you, Mr. Ophili.
Thank you so much.
Schoolboy said Labour Party was not campaigning based on tribal issues because Nigerians voted for the party. We saw their performance in Lagos State, Nasarawa, and Plateau State. Frank Modi said, thanks dear, I love your TV, but to be honest, please make your own money, no be today. Solia said, are the courts independent? My question.
The court is not independent.
Niyi said, Mr. Udeze said, it is one of those thugs causing havoc in Lagos. That's by instatement. All means a lot and should be flagged. Udeze said, Sanwo-Olu is Tinubu's puppet. Hey.
I said it just now.
You said Lagos need a governor like Ambode, a man that has balls. So someone does not have balls.
From what I heard from my investigation, I heard that was why it was, thrown out of the. It was not given.
It was thrown out exactly because it wasn't following instructions.
It was doing things based on his own convictions. But,
yeah. Okay.
He had to go out of the picture.
Snowworld said it is because of people's evil that is why they are subjected to evil people higher than them. G. Obata said the country don't see us finish, I swear. Stardane said someone will be given a bloody nose on Saturday. Oh my.
Well. Either he's given a bloody nose or not, but from my calculations, I think the votes will be divided. It will be divided now. And then because now imagine. Let's just make this kind of from what I'm calculating now. The issue of the presidential election would be taken to the court. Now, if the same thing, which I know might happen, there is a high probability that it would happen. If the same thing repeats itself during this governorship election, how many cases would we be having in court? How many cases? So you advocate in court in the federal level, the presidential election. You now still be having cases in the court in the governorship election. See, for years you will just keep on going. You will now keep on adjourning the case, until you get tired.
Mr. G about everybody should go and buy a gun.
No, everybody should buy gun. I beg.
If everybody buy a gun, they just be mass burial every day.
No. I think
Everybody should go and buy a gun.
I think that's just out of. Although it will just be on the lighter note.
On the lighter note, that's true. Okay, the last comment for today is Favor Divine said the only thing we need to rally, the only thing we need is to rally an army of Labour Party governors so we can restore the mandate of Peter Obi. Tony Montana said we must get our mandate. Asiwaju has lifted Lagos State Treasury for whooping 24 years. Haba, isn't that bloody?
We have more comments.
We don't have any comments. Okay.
We have. This is Chima.
Chima said Nnamdi Kanu summarized everything by giving Nigeria a good name. Zoo. Schoolboy said election tribunal is different from court cases. Pushmam said he said he's with G Obazu 100% because no one is higher than another. So if anybody do anyhow, you shoot him.
That is too much violence. Well, so how many court tribunal would we be having now? Because the PDP would be going to the court. Labour Party would be there. Zenith Labour Party would be there. NNPP, and the court is not independent. It will only be, I think anyone who believes that you can easily get justice in this kind of Nigerian setting, the person will be lying to himself. Unless you don't know the Nigerian courts. You don't know them. They are not fully independent. They are dependent on, the powers that be in Nigeria. There are some set of people that they control everything. If this election, as glaring as it seems to be, rigged or something, if the same INEC can come out to say it is free, fair, and credible, then I think everyone should just forget about it. So now, I would just advise the Labour Party, because they have been claiming, they've been attacking them that they don't have structure. I think now they can start building that structure, and they can prepare for the forthcoming elections while the case would be in court. While the tribunal goes on, they can continue to push for for the next election. They should start raising awareness, build a strong base for themselves. Because when you look at the APC now, the APC was formerly, in the southwest, but they've extended their reach to the north. So they've held the southwest now and the north. And the next election will be very tough to win. Even if you do it now, you would have to defeat the forces of the southwest and the north together. And we have just 3 forces. Okay, let's say 4. The southwest, the north, this the middle belt, then the southeast. Just let's just leave the remaining 2 sections out for now. But if someone wants to win the next election now, Tinubu has really secured the southwest for so many years now, and he has extended his reach to the north now, and he's the sitting president. So by 2027, if they want to do election, how do you want to be able to remove that kind of person in power without really locking down your own zone with other neighboring zones? So I think now they should have a particular zone that maybe it's the southeast. Like when you talk of the southeast, forget it. It is Labour Party. They should just be able to conquer that space for themselves. They should have loyal base. So from there, you can now really extend. So maybe in the next 4 years, 8 years, we can say, okay, Labour Party, take everywhere. I think we should have some comments as well. So it's an opportunity to prepare for forthcoming elections.
Everyone should go out and vote massively, wisely. They have voted for governorship. Pushmam said even with the Nigerians should go to court, taking INEC Buhari and the IG for justice. G. Obaza says, Pushmam, I got you. What structure are you talking about? Talanes said, please don't tell us to forget about what happened in this election. We must make sure we continue to fight for sanity in this country. Schoolboy said, Tinubu lost to southwestern states if he secured it. Udeze said, winning Lagos, the commercial city, and Abuja, the administrative city, is not a child's play. Obi is really a man.
See, it's a game of, there's this kind of thing in chess. I don't really play chess, but when I start with people who played it, they said it's a game. This is the game. If you talk to people now, to ardent supporters of APC, do you know what they will tell you? They will tell you that the election was not rigged because Labour Party won Lagos State and Labour Party won some others, won Abuja, and Buhari lost Katsina State. That is what they will tell you because it is a game plan. Okay, how did APC won Rivers State? Many people would tell you that it was massively rigged. If they can win there, why didn't they do it in Lagos State here? It's a game. That's why I said everybody should be politically inclined. We should all know this politics, so they won't be able to play us out. If an average Nigerian is think politically, you'll be able to say, okay, so you actually lost this place here intentionally, so I would feel like I had the chance to win. You see, if they rigged everywhere, people feel like you didn't even allow them to win anywhere. But they left Lagos to make Labour Party supporters feel like, oh, we are having chance at victory. Then just spring up the surprise from where they have cooked it from. Everything is just tactics. It's tactical. They are playing confirmed politics for everybody. If they can rig it from somewhere else, why didn't they do it in Lagos State? They left it there. They left it. That's why. So I believe everything is just politicized. So from now to the next 4 years, we still have a long time to prepare for the next 4 years. Everyone should just, learn one or two things about politics and just know how Nigeria politics works. Then play along it as well. So the forthcoming elections, it won't get played out. You can do well to hit the like button. We've come to the end of the program today. Thank you all. Thank you. Eshe. How did they say thank you in Igbo language? How did they say thank you?
Odinaka.
So, not only Odinaka.
I don't know.
So thank you very much, Eshe. Thank you for always joining us. Thank you for always being there. If you are not there, we are not here. Thank you all for always joining us on the program as well. So you can do well to smash the like button. You can smash the like button and also subscribe to Flip TV for more amazing content. And you can do well to join Christian Atiku on the next program. Bystanders. Till we come your way again tomorrow for another exciting edition. Mr. Star Daniel, push mom. We are just seeing you in a while now. Where have you been? Miss Gladys and everybody who dropped comment and who have watched this program today, we say very big thank you. You are the real MVPs. You are the real OG. I give you maximum salute. Thank you all
so much
for joining us. I remain Olajide Taufik Olami.
And I remain Adene Adiola. Thanks for watching.
Now.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
100 naira eko, 10 bus eko.